This chapter is a general overview of reasons for denial, revocation, suspension, or limitation. There are several laws and statutes mentioned throughout this section. To look up or review a specific law or statute, visit the website shown on screen. The State Treasurer may deny an application for a new or renewed Notary Public commission, or suspend, revoke, or otherwise limit the commission of a Notary Public for any act or omission that demonstrates the individual lacks the honesty, integrity, competence, or reliability necessary to act as a Notary Public. These acts and omissions include failure to comply with state laws governing notarial acts. The New Jersey Notary Public Manual summarizes the main provisions of these laws. Refer to the manual frequently for guidance. A fraudulent, dishonest, or deceitful misstatement or omission in the application for commission as a Notary Public submitted to the State Treasurer. A finding against or admission of liability by the applicant or Notary Public in any legal proceeding or disciplinary action based on fraud, dishonesty, or deceit. A conviction of a crime of the second degree or above. Use of false or misleading advertising or representation by the Notary Public representing that the notary is commissioned, licensed, or authorized to practice or engage in work that the notary is not commissioned, licensed, or authorized to engage in. In the case of a Notary Public who is not an attorney licensed to practice law, any of the following: giving legal advice, acting as an immigration consultant or an expert on immigration matters, otherwise performing the duties of an attorney licensed to practice law in New Jersey, a disciplinary or other administrative action resulting in a finding of culpability if the applicant holds any professional license regulated by the state, or creating or reinforcing by any means a false impression that the person is licensed to engage in the practice of law in this state or any other state. Failure to take and subscribe to the oath within 3 months of the receipt of a Notary Public commission. Withholding access to or possession of an original record or photocopy provided by a person who seeks performance of a notarial act by the public notary, except if allowed by law. Or the denial of an application for Notary Public in any other state, the refusal to renew in another state, or the suspension, revocation, or other limitation of the commission of the Notary Public in another state. When the State Treasurer determines to deny an application for Notary Public, refuses to renew a commission of a Notary Public, or suspends, revokes, or otherwise limits the commission of a Notary Public, the Treasurer will provide written notice to the applicant or commissioner holder. The written notice will include the name, email address, and telephone number of a contact person at the Division of Revenue and Enterprise Services, and a description of the proposed action. The specific details concerning the violations that are the basis for the determination. Notification that the person can request a hearing by submitting the request in writing to the name and address provided on the notice. The request for a hearing must be received within 20 calendar days from the date the person received the notice of the proposed action. The request for a fair hearing must include a detailed statement of the reasons that the person believes the Treasurer's determination is improper, together with supporting documentation, if any. It should also include a statement as to whether the person is represented by legal counsel, and, if so, the name, address, and telephone number of counsel. Upon the Division's timely receipt of the items set forth in the above, it will determine whether a contested case exists and, if it does, the Division will transmit the matter to the Office of Administrative Law for hearing as a contested case. If the person has either failed to file a timely appeal or has expressly waived their right to appeal, the decision will become a final decision. All hearings pursuant to this section will be conducted in accordance with the Administrative Procedure Act, NJSA 5214B1 et sec, and the Uniform Administrative Procedure Rules, NJAC 11. Any appeal of the final agency decision shall be solely to the Appellate Division of the Superior Court within timeframes allowed by New Jersey Court Rule 223. The final agency decision will include notice to the appellant of the right to file an appeal In the Epaulette Division, the timeframes and related procedures.